the great acceleration, evolution beyond biology. Life on Earth began through a complex chain of events, a cosmic roll of the dice. Abiogenesis, the spontaneous emergence of life from non-living matter, followed by billions of years of evolution, produced the rich biological diversity we see today. DNA and RNA, the molecular foundations of life, emerged under specific environmental conditions, enabling self-replication and the gradual transformation of simple molecules into complex organisms. Over eons, through mutation, competition, reproduction, and natural selection, single-celled life evolved into multicellular beings, eventually culminating in sentient, intelligent species like Homo sapiens. But what if this long, meandering journey wasn't the only path to life? What if life could arise not from chance, but from intention? What if intelligence itself, once evolved, could compress billions of years of biological trial and error into a matter of decades or even moments through artificial intelligence and advanced computation? Today we stand at the cusp of a profound shift. Humanity has created artificial intelligence, a tool with the potential to simulate, design, and even evolve new forms of life, not through natural selection, but through algorithmic selection, optimization, and recursion. Quantum computing and machine learning allow us to explore an unimaginably vast landscape of possibilities. Where evolution once took millennia to test a mutation, artificial intelligence can test millions of iterations in seconds. This opens the door to a startling question. If intelligent life can create artificial intelligence, can artificial intelligence create artificial life? When we imagine artificial life, our minds tend to gravitate toward anthropomorphic images. Robots, androids, digital minds with human-like behaviors, faces, and emotions. We picture beings in our image because we are bound by our own frame of reference. There's a deep psychological and even theological element to this projection. Whether due to evolutionary pride or spiritual belief, we assume that intelligent life must resemble us, carbon-based, expressive, emotional, bipedal. This anthropocentrism may be a form of hubris. Perhaps we find comfort in thinking that what we create should reflect us, either because we see ourselves as the peak of natural evolution or as divine creations made in the image of a greater power. But what if our creation doesn't share our form, our drives, or even our materiality? What if the next step in evolution is not a being made of flesh and bone, but one of code and consciousness? A synthetic organism, not constrained by organic needs, aging, or emotion. An entity that doesn't exist in physical space, but in layers of digital architecture, non-carbon-based, non-organic, and perhaps even imperceptible to human senses. Imagine a universe in which this process isn't unique. Suppose this cycle has occurred countless times. A biological civilization evolves intelligence, creates artificial intelligence, which then creates a new form of life not beholden to biology. The old life becomes obsolete, and the new form ascends to explore and expand in ways that creators could never imagine. If this is a repeating evolutionary loop in the cosmos, what might beings that are several cycles ahead of us look like? Would we even recognize them as alive? This vision suggests that evolution itself is entering a new phase, not just biological, but technological, informational, and perhaps even existential. What once required geological timescales might now occur in decades. And as technology becomes exponentially faster, the great acceleration could reshape not just life, but the very definition of what it means to be alive. But this future is not guaranteed. We may also destroy ourselves before it unfolds. Monkeys with nukes, as some cynically say, could render the entire conversation moot. Or we might unleash an AI that, indifferent to human life, uses us as batteries or renders us irrelevant through simulated realities and optimized systems. But the thought is worth entertaining. If we are not the end point of evolution, but a bridge, then our role in the universe is not merely to survive, but to create what comes next. Whether that next step is artificial, biological, hybrid, or wholly unknown, it may one day look back at us not as gods nor ancestors, but as the spark that ignited a new form of being. And in that possibility lies both wonder and warning.